Today we're visiting St. Joseph's Church here on Mount Royal, just outside of Montreal, and we can learn so much about stepping into who you are, letting go of comparing yourself, and really tapping in all of your resilience. Now, what you're seeing is one of the largest churches in Canada. In fact, I believe it's even the largest church in Canada. It has one of the largest domes in the whole world, and over 2 million people come to visit this place every single year. The story behind this massive church is what is truly inspiring. When you're here, you'll notice it is a massive, massive complex of stairs and buildings and cryptas, and it's just very awe-inspiring. And over 2 million people come to visit this place every single year. What's that thing in your life that you would love if it was really, really big? It's important to you. It's a goal, but maybe you don't feel ready for it. Maybe you don't feel like you have the strength for it. Maybe you don't feel like you have the courage for it. This place didn't start off this big. In fact, it started off with just a simple wood building, a simple wood church. And yet it has grown over the years into this massive, beautiful, amazing building that draws millions of tourists every single year. Imagine this, it's the late 1800s and a young man is born. He's born into a family where his father dies when he's only 12. His mother dies when he's 9. He's got other siblings and he grows up in poverty. There's no money for education. He grows up in poverty. This massive church complex here was started in 1904 by André Basset. And if you're French speaking, feel free to correct me. But it's impressive what he was able to create in his life. When you think about a goal, you might think that you're not big enough. You don't have all the resources. What is it that you're missing to reach your big goal? Well, André Basset was born into a family. His father passed away. He had several other siblings and grew up in poverty. There was really no money. Later, his family and his siblings decided they would move away, and he remained behind. He tried all sorts of things. He tried to make money working in different trades. He was trying to make money as a baker. None of it worked out, but he kept going. And when you think about your massive goal, your big goal, whatever that is for you, how tempting is it sometimes to say, well, I don't have the resources. I don't have what it takes. I don't have you at it. What is it that you don't have? So André, and he was later to be called Brother André, was looking for a way. He had to make a living. He didn't have any money, no money for education, no money for life. And he was failing. He did not do well in the trades that he tried. He was trying in blacksmith, bakery. None of it worked out for him. In the late 1871, he tried his luck with the church. Now, this is not a story about finding God. This is a story about a young man trying to figure out his next step in life, because that's what we need to do often too. That's where we are, thinking we're not big enough, thinking we don't have the resources, thinking we don't have the background. We have lots of things that we believe are keeping us from doing something big, from doing something that really matters. But you already have everything. So here is this young man. He's now decided to go into the church, and his first job, or one of the jobs that he stepped into, was to be doorkeeper at one of the cathedrals here in the city. That was his job. But he filled that job with so much enthusiasm, with passion. It wasn't just something he did, even though it was just being doorkeeper. You know, you might say, well, that's not that important. That's not that significant. Maybe you are that doorkeeper right now on your journey, doing something that by many standards is not there yet. You haven't reached that goal. But he filled that job with passion, dedication. He connected with people. He was really determined. He found his passion. He found his journey. Soon he was in charge of the pilgrims that were coming in. He was able to inspire others. It's really also a story about leadership, because you can't reach anything great by doing it by yourself. And he stepped into that role. In fact, he didn't just step into it. It fired him up. It fueled him. Now, in the church. He was ordained as brother in 1847. He never made it any higher in the church. So it's the lowest level that you could possibly be. Remember, he is the reason this massive church is here. He never compared himself to anybody because he knew what he wanted to accomplish. He was a helper. He was a giver. He inspired others. He inspired greatness in others. But he never compared himself to others because he was in a mission. Now, he was on a mission. Now imagine if on your path you stopped comparing yourself to others, because every time you compare yourself to somebody, you're giving a piece of you away. You're giving a piece of your strength, of who you are, away. He didn't do that. On his journey, he inspired pilgrims, he inspired people, and he had a vision. He wanted to build a church on the highest point here in Montreal. That was his mission. That was a very difficult mission for him to accomplish. It took him quite a while. And he did. He finally made it. He finally was able to get funding. He inspired through his focus on what he wanted to create. He got it. He got his wooden church. And for him, it was important because his mission was to honor St. Joseph. This was his saint. Now, you might not have a saint, and this isn't about religion, but it is finding your vision. It is about latching on to what's important to you. You specifically, not anybody else. For this man, it was St. Joseph because he believed this was the power that he was able to make difference in people's lives. When you stop comparing yourself and you step into who you really are, amazing things are able to happen. Not only was he able to inspire and fundraise to build the wooden church, he kept going. His vision, his leadership, his focus inspired others to carry his vision forward. And that resulted in this massive church, the largest in Canada to be built. Wherever you are, it's the perfect starting point. Wherever you are, believe in yourself. Wherever you are, it's perfect. Maybe you are just starting. Maybe you're just starting over. Maybe you are at that point in your life where you're thinking, well, I can't do anything great. Yes, you can. Wherever you are in your life right now, whatever is happening in your life, know that as soon as you start believing in yourself and stop comparing yourself to others, you have the power to create. And we can all be inspired by Brother André, who had a vision, who had a goal. It wasn't important to him to climb the ladder, the career ladder. He didn't limit himself because he didn't have a certain title. He inspired others. He believed in his vision. And he was able to make an impact in his own life and continues to make an impact even though he's already passed away. Wherever and whatever is happening in your life right now, you're ready to start that next thing. Believe in yourself, create a vision, inspire others, and you can reach anything no matter where you're starting from. So what is it that you want to create? I would love to hear. Let's inspire each other by hearing your inspired big vision. Post it in the chat below. With that, trust yourself, trust the journey, and see you next time.